All right. How y'all doing this evening? I'm doing all right. Hope you're having a good day. I usually do these vids and stuff in the morning or whatever, but I'm doing this one a little bit later because it took a little bit longer. What I want to do is do some spoken word. Usually, the poetry that I write is not long form, so it doesn't necessarily take long to write a poem out, but I took more time on this one, and it'll be a little bit longer for a specific purpose. The piece itself, the poem, is layered, and the reason why I'm taking a second before it begins to say something is because whenever you're putting your creativity out there, as far as me, as far as from what I understand, when you're a creative person, you don't want to have your creativity be misunderstood. You don't want it to be misinterpreted or for the message or whatever you're trying to do to be hijacked. Whether it's something lighthearted, like a limerick, or something like Still I Rise or something, you know? Because that's one thing that I intensely dislike about, leaving those things in the wind, Because if I don't go through it in a certain kind of way, what someone else may interpret it may be different from the creative vision that I have. But it's also important for anybody that listens and anybody enjoys it that that message is intertwined with you and I. The reason why I said it's layered though is just because the different ones that the ones that I do in written form on Facebook, or some of the other ones that I've made videos about on YouTube, the subjects vary, but this came in the house, so I snatched these off because I'm not farsighted, you know. This poem doesn't have a name, you know. Forgive me if you hear fans or air in the background because my allergies are just acting up today. With I got the air purifiers on and stuff to try to combat it. So I'm gonna just begin. I remember the first time I saw an addict when I was a young kid. I'll never forget how greed and her habit suffocated her will to live. How she gave away the school clothes of her eldest kid. They say company is the lover of misery, losing everything to her pipe. Did she ever ask God, why is it me? Probably. The next time I saw her, she was looking filthy and selling her body. In the span of like a month, she graduated to setting up tricks for robbery. I can't even recall her name. Probably because another nameless, desperate face took her place. Bereft with the theft of her shame. Accountability was absent for that player at that stage of the game. I numbed their pain with my own misguided self-medication. What was in her reality a living nightmare. That was my summer vacation. I moved on to bigger and better things. Like when the value of other human beings are only weighed against how much dollars it brings. That's some heavy lifting. To have sympathy when its soul is missing. It lives, but doesn't really. The dead walking with a singular focus. Its brain fried. And I, the silent witness, told the truth when the man in the mirror lied. Told him that it was different. That treating them like friends, rather than admitting that their slow death spiral, to me, only meant time to seek more patrons for business. Please listen. This story never changes. Just the scenes and the actors. Black fading. The scene, it grows dim. But these factors, coupled with environment, couldn't save a mother from a heart-wrenching exit at the hands of her pimp. When cold wind blows, you either make your mission the main thing or freeze in the rain. Being young was no excuse. Because, I can't do regrets. But guilt, that's not a friend with benefits. Though, it can truly motivate change when put to good use. As long as that rope comes in the form of a life jacket and not a noose. All I can really say is that I wasn't any different than any other young dude whom in youth was not led astray. Metamorphosis is an invitation-only gig, and selling your soul is akin to that of the flesh of a pig. Only we hold those receipts. No gossip or emoji with T's for these. Still, he never even shed so many tears. No need for 2 letters to an aloof president. No lip service, no ego, or ulterior purpose. For only those that are willing to listen have ears. It's not just systemic. The fears make the change agents absent without leave, while everyone in need only has their own selfish calling to heed. As if the air that we breathe belongs to us solely, to the detriment of everything sacred and holy. The profane only hold hatred and resentment for being forced to charge into the game. Unbothered by the beating from those who get seared in our memories. They didn't protect me or rehabilitate me. They abused me. And then they blamed me. I stand on the mistakes that I made. I don't let them hold me back. But I want you to just remember, those crabs in the barrel, they love to see you fall back. It didn't have a strong moral code. Trust makes no difference in who it's placed. It's just us. No you, no me, but we. Miss that part. Almost by design from the start. Imagine that. And with that, I alone take claim for having caused others pain. I take ownership for contributing as much as I possibly could to poison in my own neighborhood, my own community. Traumatizing, but I'm not seeking immunity. The statute of limitations has been up. No confession, but the key lies in not allowing regression. You only feed your weakness when you fail to look within. Your strength is found by going out on that limb. It's not just him, but her too. No comedy in this tragedy, just maybe smiles through pain. But she probably won't even remember my name. So there's a lot of things in there aside from some of the things that I'm responsible for. There's other things in there that encompass the entire circle of my whole clique or crew growing up. All my friends, my circle of friends. You know? I was sitting today, and what made me put pen to paper, and metaphorically, of course, what made me pick up my phone and write it and stuff was just, I know now the things that took me 20 plus years to figure out. That, yes, outside factors do have an impact on some of these things. But the healing, the being truthful with any wrongs that you would have done, any mistakes that you made, seeking not absolution, but just having other people see the humanity in the things that some others see as inhumane. Because if you don't tread that carefully, dehumanization can become the order of the day. So much so that whatever you doing, whatever things you got in your life that somebody may look down their nose at you about, as though that gives them the right or determines your fate. You know, a lot of those things in that poem, I could be bitter about. I could be a worse person. I could probably even dislike myself. But I truly, truly feel that the best way to go through these things, whether you've had bumps in your journey or not, I don't care if you got money and have a smooth life. If anything, that's cool for you to get. You know, you don't have to wait until it hit the press or something for you to get just a different focus, man. You know, I hope y'all have a good evening. Hope y'all enjoyed it. come back, take some damn allergy drops. Man, my eyes itching like hell. I'm probably gonna try to get a new game soon and do a game stream or something. But I really enjoyed your company tonight. Holler at me.